This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
All right. You headed to Houston?
I wish, man. No trips to Houston. We got a bunch of national college basketball writers that'll be there, so no reason for me to go. I was here for the party though last night when they got in at 3 a.m.
You were there at 3 a.m?
I was there at 3 a.m. for Larinaga and all those guys, and got a video up. If you follow me on YouTube, you guys want to see Larinaga and the guys getting off the bus. I shot some video.
Really? I got to see that. That's what the hell? They made you go there at 3 a.m. to cover that?
No, I kind of wanted to do it. I never, I wanted to see what the experience would be like. I wanted to see the reception. There were 60 people out there, 60 students. I got a chance to hang out with some of those college kids. I felt like I was in college again for a minute, though.
Was there this smell of alcohol from all those students?
There was some. There was definitely some. It smelled a little bit like whiskey and rum all mixed together, brother.
Oh man, but hey, you know what? As much as I'm a sourpuss about today's college basketball, that the game is not nearly as impressive as it used to be when real stars were playing and all that kind of stuff. Real NBA stars. Real NBA Hall of Famers were playing in college basketball for 3 or 4 years. But I will say this. This is much more entertaining for everyone because everyone has a chance. Legitimately, it doesn't matter where your team is. If you have enough experience, the McDonald's All-Americans aren't littered in college basketball anymore. That's gone.
No.
So you legitimately have a chance in college basketball nowadays.
There quite literally isn't a McDonald's All-American in the Final Four this year. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Tweeted that out. There was a stat. No, not a single one in the Final Four. It just shows you how anybody can make it.
Yeah, it's impressive. And no number ones, no number twos, And by the way, the Canes rode to the Final Four. My God, dude, they have gone through a bitch of a schedule too in the last couple of rounds here, beating some of the top teams.
Yeah, toughest road to Houston, no doubt. And I thought, the game on Sunday, I thought they were cooked, man. When they were down 13 in the second half with 10 minutes to go, I thought, all right, this team is sort of maxed out, and Texas's talent's going to take over, and they're just going to ride off here. And kudos to Larinaga's crew, man. They weren't even knocking down threes. They ended up winning that game, just taking it to the hole and drawing fouls. And sometimes that's all you got to do.
Yep. No, I'm with you there. All right, so let's get to a little football, recruiting wise. Give me some news. What's the latest? Because I know Cristobal is always trying to reshape that roster.
Yeah, I mean, look, they've had a bunch of kids here in the past week. Last week was obviously spring break for a lot of students, high school students, my girls included, which is why I was on the show and at Disney World and Universal. So, but there were a lot of kids who swung by here, a lot of elite 5-star defensive linemen. David Stone from IMG Academy was one of them. They got a lot of them. Elijah Rushing, a kid out of the Phoenix, Arizona area. A lot of elite kids on campus visiting. The quarterback, Prentice Air Nolan, who I've talked about with you guys quite a bit, the top quarterback target. He's going to make an announcement on April 8th, but he's visiting a lot of different schools. He's at Texas A&M this week. I know he actually likes the offensive coordinator there. One of the few probably in all of college football that likes Bobby Petrino. But look, they've got one commitment right now. I was just talking with Gabby Urrutia of 247. I said, Gabby, are we close on any commitments in your mind? He said, look, last year they were in a different position, right? They had 4 guys or 5 guys, I think, committed at this time last year. Some of them were local kids, the Washington brothers. One of them was an offensive lineman out of Baltimore. Miami's after a lot of big, heavy hitters. They're after a lot of 5- and 4-star kids. And I think the likelihood that they get a commitment probably won't happen until June or July in terms of the elite kids. You might get Air Nolan now in April. That might get the ball rolling a little bit when he makes his announcement. But I think for the most part, the fact that they're going after some major, major studs this cycle tells me that we may not see these commitments till June or July. And even then, it's hold your breath because they got to go out on the field and actually win and back it up and show those guys that they're coming to a good program.
And not get injured, too, at the same time. You wrote an article that kind of centers around the entire ACC and recruiting and where they get their talent from. So give us a little insight of Miami and what you've learned.
Well, with Miami, I mean, obviously the state of Florida, I mean, they use in-state talent more than anybody else in the ACC. And that whole series that I did every single conference. You can read it at The Athletic. I have SEC will be the last one that comes out Thursday. But, you know, it's just a study on where everybody goes for their players. And for Miami, you know, they've done a good job keeping some in-state talent home. The problem is the Alabamas and the Georgias of the world are the ones that come in here and get the best players, right? And that's what's got to change here under Mario. This last cycle, they got 3 top 100 players out of the state of Florida, which was an improvement over Manny Diaz and the previous staff. Manny Diaz's best class had 2 top 100 players. So, you know, it's all about bringing in the best talent that you can year in and year out. Mario was just up here now talking about the scrimmage this past weekend and recruiting, and one of the topics that came up was the NFL draft. You know, I've done a lot of NFL draft research as well. Miami's second in the ACC since 2018 in terms of draft picks. But then you look at the first rounders. They only had 2 first rounders over that time. You compare that to the rest of the country and some of the elite programs. It's just not on par with what other schools are doing over the last 5 years. So, you know, that's part of what recruiting is all about, getting the guys that can come in here, the Francis Mauigoas of the world, the 5-star offensive tackle who grew up in American Samoa, and he's running with the first team now here in camp. Those are the first rounders. You look at this team right now, the seniors. I mean, outside of Tyler Van Dyke, I don't know that you have a guy who has first-round potential among the draft-eligible players. You know, Keem Mesidor is a really nice player, but he's kind of a tweener when it comes to his size. Is he big enough to play on the edge? Is he big enough to be a first-round pick? Probably not. I think he's more of a day 2, day 3 type of guy. So, you know, this draft with Will Mallory and Tyreek Stevenson, there's not going to be any first-rounders there. So, Miami has to get back to the days when they're cranking out first-rounders left and right, and that's what helps recruit the elite kids. And when you can show those draft results, to the elite kids, that's what makes them buy in. They want to see you put guys in the NFL and get guys paid at the next level.
You think Mallory is early or late third day?
I think he's definitely a third day late guy. I think he's probably a 6th round, 5th round type of guy. It just depends on who likes him. I think he's going to be a good pro. I think he'll be a good pro. I think he'll be a productive pro. I mean, you look at Brevin Jordan, right? With the Houston Texans right now, I think he could be a Brevin Jordan type tight end, a guy who's the number 2 tight end on a team that's productive, that catches 5 touchdowns a year and you know, makes some plays down the field. He's not Jeremy Shockey. He's not Jimmy Graham. He's not of that ilk, but he still is an NFL talent, and I think it's just a matter of finding the right fit.
Is he a soldier?
He's not a soldier like that. No.
Okay. All right. Just checking. Just checking. All right. What do you got going on in the athletics so folks can check you out?
Well, look, like I said, thank you for teasing that series. I think the Pac-12 is going to be coming out tomorrow. SEC on Thursday. I've got some coverage here from UM. I'm here at practice today after missing all of last week being on vacation. So I'll be back out here covering practice. I have some videos up as well. You can follow all that stuff on Twitter when I tweet it out. Got to watch about 15 minutes today of guys. Again, individual drills, nothing serious. Mario talked a little bit about the scrimmage, some of the standouts. He was happy. He's really happy with Mauigoa's brother, by the way, the Washington State transfer who's playing middle linebacker for them in camp here. He bragged a lot about the way this guy's performing early on. Really good in pass coverage, which, you know, in college football today, you need your linebackers to be able to cover with the way teams spread you out. And so I think, you know, some good highlights from the first scrimmage. There'll be another one this coming Saturday. So a lot to read, a lot to write about here for me in the coming days.
Follow him on Twitter at Manny_Navarro. Manny, as always, thank you, my brother. We'll catch up down the line later on in the week, my friend. Appreciate you.
All right, brother. Take care, man.
You got it. There you go. Caneswear. Folks, got the Final Four. They got all kinds of stuff going on, shirts, hats with Final Four and the Canes. Get on down to 2511 South University Drive in Davie. How about this? Get online right now. They'll get it mailed out right away. By today, Jeff will have it in the mail. You might have it within a couple days before Saturday. So go on to caneswear.com. Remember, when you order over $99, you will get free shipping. It is freaking awesome. Take advantage. Get your UM Final Four gear now. And then later on, you can get your national championship gear in another week. It's a beautiful thing. Caneswear.com, 2511 South University Drive in Davie. Go see Brett, Jeff, all the amazing people out there at Caneswear.com.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.